Hi dear Aries, Happy New Year and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to talk about the transits for the year 2024. 2024 is yours because the North Node is in Aries all year, which means the eclipses are happening in your sign in 2024. And when the eclipses happen in your sign, it means you have all the green light, you have all the support from the stars. You will be presented with great opportunities for advancement in career, whatever you want, in personal life. This is like um, bonus time, like when you are the favorite, I guess, of the stars. So if you are thinking of starting that business, go ahead and do it. If you are thinking of starting a family, this is the year you'll most likely get married and settle down. Okay, so this is the kind of year where your life is like before and after, okay, because it's like a major milestone kind of transit. Yeah, this happens once every 18 years. Last time you had this kind of transit was in 2005, which was like a long time ago. So you see, this is rare, so do take advantage, okay? Um, So, I mentioned the eclipses. So, as I said, the North Node will be in your sign all year. And also, the eclipses will be happening in your seventh house as well, because Libra is your opposite sign. And so, not only on a personal level, but also a lot of changes on a relationship level. You will see that a lot of Aries and Libras are gonna get married this year. Okay, and so now another big thing about 2024 is Jupiter. Jupiter is going to be quite active in 2024. It's going to enter Gemini in late May, and it's going to stay in there for a year. Okay, so until mid 2025. What that means for you is that it's going to enter your third house. So the first half of 2024, it's going to be in Taurus in your second house, and then it's going to switch to your third house. So since May 2023, Jupiter has been enlarging your income, like your pocket. Okay, and that's good because it higher income, higher self-esteem, it makes us feel good. I'm an Aries myself, and I will be honest. Like since Jupiter has been in Taurus, like I've been making more money than I ever have in my life. Yeah, this is not an exaggeration. It's just it coincided with me graduating from university and then finding a job, and now like I make a lot more money. Yeah, so that's Jupiter in Taurus kind of transit in my second house, increasing my self worth. I'm sure Aries for you guys it has been similar. So yeah, Jupiter is gonna stay in your money house like this until May. Okay, so do take advantage of this energy by trying to learn as much as possible about finances, about investments, okay? Because Taurus is a money sign and Jupiter is a planet of knowledge. So do expand your knowledge on financial matters, okay? And also, Jupiter will be making really interesting aspects this year. It will be making aspects to other planets, and when Jupiter does that, we feel blessings on a collective level, if that makes sense, because those are generational planets. They are not personal planets. Yeah, and so one of the first such aspects is going to happen in late April, when Jupiter and Taurus are going to be, and Jupiter and Uranus are going to be conjunct in Taurus in your second house. So I'm curious to see what that is going to bring, because that conjunction of like surprise and expansion. So who knows? I would say like buy lottery tickets in late April. Okay, like after April 20th. Yeah, so it's gonna be either like a great financial opportunity, like sudden windfall, or something that's gonna make your self-esteem like really strong. Yeah, so that is going to be in April. After that, it's going to switch to Gemini a couple of weeks after that. It's going to enter, I mean, about a month after that, it's going to enter Gemini. And the thing is, as soon as it enters Gemini, it's going to make a trine aspect to Pluto in Aquarius, which is freshly in Aquarius. So, as you can see, those two planets are in air signs. So Jupiter is going to leave the Earth sign Taurus and enter air Gemini, and Pluto is gonna leave Earth sign Capricorn and enter air sign Aquarius. So when those two planets do that, we're gonna feel a lot of like ease, if that makes sense. Like, because it's much lighter energy. Earth is soil, it's heavy. Air is pretty much weightless. It doesn't mean that we're gonna be like airheads on a collective level. No, it doesn't mean that. It's just our focus is gonna shift from like material worries, like too much realism. Okay, material worries, security, finances, things like that, and then our focus is going to shift to more intellectual stuff, because air rules intellect, our thoughts, words, science, analytical thinking. So those things are gonna get more attention, and we're less about realism, I guess, like too much realism. Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about Pluto in Aquarius now. So we've already experienced a bit of Pluto in Aquarius transit in the spring of 2023. It was like a trailer for us of what is coming. But in 2024, Pluto is still going to be like going back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius. But in November, on November 19th, it's finally gonna enter Aquarius, like for good. Okay, so first it's gonna make entry into Aquarius on January 20th, so like right at the beginning of the year, and it's gonna stay in there until September 1st, because that's when it will be retrograding, and it's gonna slip back into Capricorn, but not for too long. Like, I would say just 2 or 3 months. Okay, and and then it will enter. So, dear Aries, you have had Pluto in your 10th house since 2008, 15 years. But the good thing is, Pluto only like bothers us when it's making an exact aspect. So if you had the planets on the way of Pluto in Capricorn, then yes, you felt some of those. You probably felt a lot of square aspects as well. When Pluto was making square aspects to your personal planets in Aries, that must have been tough. But thankfully, now Pluto is going to enter a sign that is friendly to Aries, which means you're not going to be receiving harsh aspects from Pluto. Whatever planets you have in Aries, they're going to receive a sextile aspect, which is a very supportive aspect. It's considered the aspect of opportunity. Yeah, so I guess you will see more opportunities coming from your networks, from your friendships, from like-minded people, from internet. Yeah, as crazy as it might sound, but like Pluto in Aquarius is gonna transform internet from inside out. Like, by the end of Pluto in Aquarius, we're gonna look back at these times, like pre-Pluto in Aquarius times, and we're gonna be like, wow, like, how did we live like that? Okay, so yeah, like lots of transformation in internet, technology. AI is already here. Like, I think AI was massively introduced when Pluto entered Aquarius, or when it was about to enter. Okay. Even the internet was created when Saturn was in Aquarius. So as you can see, Aquarius is always related to futuristic things, technology, internet, abstract thinking, all of that stuff. So yeah, like I would say, be prepared for changes on the internet. Big changes are coming. I feel like those big companies wait for certain transits to like release new products, or maybe it just happens that when Pluto changes signs, it kind of triggers certain things and people come up with new ideas. Like, I don't know, I'm derailing completely, I'm sorry. Yeah, so if you invest money, like I would say maybe you can invest in internet stuff. But I don't know, don't take my advice, I'm just experimenting. Okay, so I mentioned Pluto, I mentioned Jupiter in Gemini. Um, did I really mention? I don't think I talked enough about this. So yeah, let me finish Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto in Aquarius is going to transform your friendships on a personal level. It's going to empower your friends because Pluto is very much about power. So the possibility is that your friend is going to become someone very, very powerful. Yeah. Or you are going to be friends with powerful people. Your network is going to have more powerful people. Another, maybe like a slightly negative interpretation would be that you might have power struggles with friends, with like minded people. Yeah, so Aries, we need to watch out for that. Um, like, I noticed that I can be like extremely self absorbed. Yeah, like sometimes it's hard for me to care even about friends, and that's not good, right? Yeah, so when Pluto enters Aquarius, I'm gonna try to be more consciously present for my friends. Yeah, so now Jupiter in Gemini, I forgot to mention. So when Jupiter enters your third house, there's gonna be much more communication. Like I can just imagine people talking a lot, texting, which is good, right? Because uh, it means you are active, booked and busy. It means you have lots of friends. Yeah, there will be lots of talking, communication, short trips. If you guys don't have a car, you might get a car and start driving around the city more. Like you have more trips. Yeah, like at least that's what I'm predicting for myself. Like right now, I don't even know how to drive a car, but I'm hoping to get my license and a car by the time Jupiter enters Gemini. Okay, so dear Aries, I hope you guys have a pleasant Jupiter in Gemini transit. The thing about that Jupiter is that, yes, it does make a lot of good aspects to other planets, but it will make one shitty aspect, and that is Jupiter square Saturn. Yeah, that one is a bit icky. It's gonna last from. It's gonna happen twice because of retrograde. First one is gonna be on August 19th, and then the second one at the very end of the year, like right before Christmas, on Christmas Eve. So this aspect can mean like inner or outer roadblocks because Saturn, he's a party pooper. So and Jupiter, imagine it's like marching on way to like expansion, and Saturn is like no, and and so now you have to deal with that. Saturn is gonna be like no, no. Saturn is just jealous that everybody's having fun, so they gotta throw some obstacles and ruin a couple of people's days. So yeah, it could feel difficult to pick a plan, and real world obstacles might show up, like slowdowns. So yeah, the key thing about Saturn is that you just let that old fart do its thing. You're like, yeah, 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 I'm patient, I'll work with you, and Saturn will release you. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I feel like I've said a lot of negative things about Saturn. Uh, they're not always bad. Like in my case, my Saturn return, for example, it was so good. Like I achieved a lot of things. So hopefully this Jupiter square Saturn transit is not gonna be like some annoying obstacle, but something that makes us slow down and choose and make wiser decisions. Yeah. And so let's talk about Mercury retrogrades. This year, Mercury retrogrades are going to be in fire signs. And the thing about Mercury retrogrades is that each year they tend to happen in a certain element. Like last year in 2023, the Mercury retrogrades happened in earth signs. In 2024, it's going to be fire signs, which means your sign is going to be affected, Leo, Sagittarius are going to be affected. And so you're gonna have Mercury retrograde in your sign from April 1st until like end of April 25th, okay, including the shadow zones and stuff. So yeah, April is gonna be very Mercury retrograde. And I will talk more about those in monthly horoscopes, okay? And then the second Mercury retrograde is going to start in Virgo, but most of it is going to be in Leo from August 4th until August 28th. And finally, in Sagittarius, it's going to be from November 25th until December 15th. And what else? We also have Mars retrograde this year, but at the very end of the year, thankfully. It's gonna start on December 6th, 2024, and it's gonna last until February 23rd, 2025. And so, Mars retrograde is gonna start in Leo and finish in Cancer. So, dear Aries, Mars is your ruling planet, so you really do feel it when it goes retrograde. Like, I noticed that when Mars is retrograde, I have zero energy. Yeah, I lack energy. It's like I don't know. It feels as if the energy planet is off, which it really is. Um, what else? Mars retrograde times are not good times to confront anyone. Yeah, because if you start a fight, you're gonna lose. Yeah, and we don't want that, right? Yeah, so let others start it first so that we can win it. Yeah, and beat them, right? Mm, okay, I hope I don't sound too nasal. I had this nasty flu for like 10 days, and that's why I'm like so late with these videos. But anyway, what else? Next thing is we have Chiron and North Node conjunction in Aries. Dear Aries, this is in your first house. So, you know, we have had Chiron in our sign for a couple of years now, healing our wounds, ego related wounds. And so now we also have North Node transiting our sign. So they're going to make a conjunction. And what can this possibly mean? This means that we're going to, it's an opportunity to change our karma, because North Node is very much about karma, and Chiron is about healing. So whatever pattern, generational pattern that we had, we're gonna be able to kind of stop that and break that karma. It might even be something so barely noticeable that you might not even feel it. But in hindsight, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, so that's when I changed, right? We always feel as though like we're doing the same thing every day, but when you look back, it's like a lot has changed. So this is like one of the possible interpretations of this transit. So this conjunction is going to happen on the 16th degree of Aries, which is pretty much in the middle, and it's going to happen on February 19th, 2024. So dear Aries, if you have planets around that degree, 16th degree of Aries, then you're going to feel this conjunction more than other Aries. But generally, theoretically, all Aries should feel it. What else? Now let's talk about the eclipses. So we're gonna have the first eclipse of the year on March 25th. It's gonna be a South Node lunar eclipse on the 5th degree of Libra. So March-born Aries, you are going to feel this eclipse more than others, especially those who were born on March 25th, because you will have this lunar eclipse on your birthday chart. And so when you have this, it means that eclipse is going to affect your entire year. And so lunar eclipses are usually culminations, so something is going to come to an end during that year. And it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. It can be something that you finally finish your PhD, or finally finish your degree, finally finish building your house, finally get married, right? So it's like achievement, accomplishment, illumination, culmination. That kind of energy is going to dominate your year until your next birthday. Yeah, but for Aries in general, like for all other Aries, this one is about relationships, because the sun is going to be in your first house, the moon is going to be in your relationship house. So something about your relationships getting illuminated. And then the next one is going to be a solar eclipse on April 8th, 2024. So 2 weeks after that lunar eclipse, we're going to have a solar eclipse. And that one is going to be on the 19th degree of Aries. Excuse me. So, if you were born on April 8th, then yes, you are going to have this on your birthday chart until your next birthday. And it's great to have a solar eclipse because solar eclipse is new moon. So something new is gonna start in your life, some major new beginning, some major milestone. Maybe it's the year that you become a parent, or this is the year when you mm, get that dream job, or like this is the year when you finally meet the person that you love, or like the year when you get married. Like you get the idea. It's something big, okay? And the next eclipse is gonna be on September 18th, 2024, and that one is actually going to be in Pisces on the 25th degree of Pisces. So, dear Aries, if you have planets in the around the late degrees of Pisces, like let's say your Venus or Mercury, then you are going to feel this eclipse. It's going to affect you. But like for other Aries, this is your 12th house, so it's the most isolated house. It's the house of rest. Okay, so that September eclipse is going to trigger the need for rest, I guess. Like, yeah. And then on October 3rd, 2 weeks after that Pisces eclipse, we're gonna have a solar eclipse on the 10th degree of Libra. Yeah, so again, relationships. This one is gonna be like a new moon in your relationship area. So if you're thinking of getting married, like, yeah, fall might be a great time to get married. And so, uh, other planets like Neptune is gonna be in Pisces all year. It's gonna retrograde and go back and forth, and it's in the late degrees of Pisces, like 25th, 26th degree of Pisces. So Neptune is gonna be in Pisces until like January 26th, 2026. Yeah, so we still have like 2 more years of Neptune in Pisces. Next is Uranus. Is in Taurus until April 27th, 2026. Yeah, so again, 2 more years of Uranus in Taurus. But this year we get the one of the biggest changes, Pluto in Aquarius. So dear Aries, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe, okay? And I hope you guys have a wonderful, successful year in 2024. I wish you guys all love and success.